Welcome into New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green, and in today's show, we're going to do a Giants Rumors Mailbag, where you guys ask questions on our live show this past Wednesday at 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you go down and hit that big red button right now. Help us get to 10,000 subscribers and turn your notifications on so you can join us on our live show where we like to party and talk about the latest Giants news and rumors. This first question coming in from my guy, Pierre. What's up, bro? In this league, what will $2.5 million get you? That's a good point. And look, if it's going to bring you enough money to go out and maybe sign someone in free agency. And for the Giants, it may go and get you another corner. Maybe you can go out and sign a guy like Jimmy Smith, or you can go out and sign a guy like Kevin King. And if you don't want to spend that money, it'll also help you maintain flexibility during the season. Remember last year, the Giants, they were having to restructure contracts mid-season. Yes, mid-season, so they could fill out a 53-man roster on Sunday. While you may not go out and spend that $2.5 million on a player or use that money to add someone in a trade, it helps you stay flexible during the season if you need to go and sign someone that's hurt, replace someone that's hurt. Say Saquon Barkley gets hurt, you need to go out and sign another running back. It just adds you the opportunity to go out and stay flexible and maybe add another player throughout the process. Great question, Pierre. I appreciate you asking. Danny McBee, what up, bro? Are people sleeping on Leonard Williams? I love Leonard Williams. I'm a big fan of his. I hated the trade that Dave Gettleman made for him to come over from the Jets to the Giants. But once he put on that Giants blue, I was in 100% support of him because at the end of the day, he is a damn good football player. Go look at what he did in the 2020 season, where he had 11.5 sacks, 16 tackles for loss, and 30 QB hits as an interior defensive lineman. Those are Aaron Donald type numbers. You can say I'm over-exaggerating or I'm boosting, but it's not. Anytime someone that's a 3 technique, plays nose tackle, doesn't line up on the outside like Leonard Williams does, to have 11.5 sacks and then 6.5 sacks and 5 sacks back in 2018, Leonard Williams is a big-time player. And when you look at him stacked up to finally have some help on this Giants defensive line with Dexter Lawrence, Azeez Ojulari, and Kayvon Thibodeau, and this new defensive scheme with Wink Martindale running the show, offensive lines aren't going to be able to game plan to just solely stop Leonard Williams. You can't just double team him anymore because the Giants, they are going to be very exotic in the ways that they get after the quarterback. They're going to be blitzing more than you've seen them do in a very long time. Giants defense is going to be fun to watch this year, and I think Leonard Williams is going to be the biggest beneficiary of the defensive scheme change. When you bring in Wink Martindale, he's going to open it up for players to get one-on-one looks in pass block situations, and that's where Leonard Williams can absolutely dominate people. I want to ask this question, though. A little bit of a game, over-under. 8 sacks for Leonard Williams. We've seen him do it before. We've seen him have more than 8 sacks, but I want to leave it all up to everyone watching today's show. Type O for over, or if you think he's going to have less than 8 sacks, you could type U for under. The Big Moo. Is that a purple cow? So what do we got? Grape milk? According to my guy Jonesy out there. Hashtag Giants. Who would you like to call offensive plays? This is a good question, and I think it's something that all Giants fans are talking about and a little bit worried about. Brian Daboll came to the Giants because of what he did as a play caller for the Buffalo Bills. But Mike Kafka is now the Giants' offensive coordinator because of what he did and learned from a guy like Andy Reid. In Kansas City, it was Andy Reid, then it was Mike Kafka. I know that there was talk of Eric Bieniemy being number 2 behind Andy Reid, but it was Mike Kafka. Kafka developed the relationship with Patrick Mahomes. He sat with him. He worked with him. He implemented those exotic schemes that they like to run with the speed and space. Honestly, I'd be cool with whichever one called the plays because I know it's going to be a joint effort. They're going to work together to get the game plans for Sundays. But if I had to make a decision, I would want it to be Brian Daboll for the fact that he's done it before. He's been in the conference championship trying to get to a Super Bowl, called plays, been effective. He's been there and done that. So give me Daboll just for the simple fact that he's experienced and he's done it in the biggest games of the NFL. If you haven't yet, go down right now, hit that big red button. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers here on the channel. We're almost there, and we need your help. Look, if you love the Giants, and if you love watching Giants content on YouTube. I promise you, you will not regret subscribing to this channel because that's all we do. We talk about everything under the sun when it comes to the New York Football Giants. Free videos every single day. So lock us in. Go down right now. Hit that big red button. Cody M, should the Giants sign Odell Beckham Jr.? Is this a question that's just never going to go away for Giants fans? I understand. I love me some OBJ. Anyone that knows me knows I'm a big fan of what Odell was for the Giants. He made the Giants fun. He made the Giants watchable. He made the Giants, with Benny McAdoo as the head coach, reach the playoffs. I love Odell Beckham Jr. But when you look at this Giants depth chart and the fact that Odell's coming off an ACL injury, his second ACL injury, is there really a spot for him on this team? When is he going to be ready? Is this going to be someone that's going to sit out until November, December? And when he does, I think he's going to be trying to come back to a team that can compete for a Lombardi trophy. And while I want to believe and say that the Giants are going to be able to do that, I don't think that's eventually going to be the play for the Giants this past year. But let's take a trip down memory lane. Because look, I feel like Odell gets a lot of hate from a lot of Giants fans. And I think that's fair. I think he kind of wore out his welcome a little bit. But what he did from 2014 to 2016 in his first 3 seasons in the NFL, nobody can take away what the kid did. For someone to say at this point, Odell Beckham is just a catch, it's not even close to true. Odell Beckham from 2014 to 2016 was arguably the best wide receiver in the NFL. He made life for Giants fans fun on Sundays. Everyone enjoyed watching number 13 play for the New York Football Giants. Maybe one day down the road he'll suit up and wear blue 13 again, but this year I don't think the Giants are going to be looking to bring back OBJ. I want to ask you guys to show some love and give us some love over on Rumble. We just crossed over 2,000 subscribers and followers over there. Look, free, uncensored content on the latest Giants news and rumors. We put our videos up there every single day. Sports, news, politics, tech. It's a very similar site to YouTube. And now Giants Now content is being posted over there. So give us a follow, rumble.com/NYGiantsTV. Karen, I hope I'm saying it right. Are the Giants concerned with Shep's head injuries? I think the Giants are concerned with any injury issue that comes to Sterling Shepard. We know that the head injuries and the concussion injuries have popped up again, time and time again for Sterling Shepard, and it sucks. No one wants to see a player go through that type of stuff. And head injuries are something you don't want to play with. If Sterling Shepard has another concussion in his career, he might have to think about shutting it down. I'm also concerned about his ability to just stay on the field. Coming off of the career or the season-ending injury last year, who knows if he's going to be ready at week 1? Who knows if he's going to stay healthy? But I do know this. When Sterling Shepard is healthy, when he's in between the line on Sundays, wearing number 3, that guy is a damn good football player. I don't care what anybody says. Go back and watch week 1 against the Denver Broncos. He tore up that secondary. Patrick Surtain had no chance guarding him. Do you not remember the 25-yard in route that Sterling Shepard ran, caught it, got upfield, and scored? Shepard is a baller. He's a vet. He's the most tenured player on this Giants team. I love Sterling Shepard, but I am 100% concerned with his inability to stay on the field. I appreciate the question, Karen. Rosario, what's up, man? Will the Giants get over 40 sacks? That's going to be a lofty goal for sure, but I definitely think that with Wink Martindale as the defensive coordinator, they're going to be getting after the quarterback a whole bunch more than we've seen in the past couple of years for the Giants. I love what Martindale's going to do, and he's got some big-time edge rushers to help him get there. You have Azeez Ojulari, who had 8 sacks last year. You have Leonard Williams, who has the potential to be a double-digit sack guy. And you also have Kayvon Thibodeau, who was just picked in the top 5 of the 2022 NFL draft. You have 3 players right there that could all get above double-digit sacks. So 40 sacks as a team, I think it's realistic, but it's definitely going to have to be a damn good season for the Giants to reach that goal. I appreciate you, Rosario. Last question from Peaches45. Who do you think will be the Giants' starting tight end? This is a good question. I think this is one of the biggest positional battles that Giants fans and the Giants coaching staffs are going to be looking for in the rest of OTAs and as we get to training camp and then once we get into the preseason. Right now, when you look at the depth chart, Ricky Seals-Jones is your starting tight end. I'm a big fan of his. I like what he's done in his NFL career. He just hasn't put it all together for a couple of years in a row. I like what he did with the Washington football team a couple of years ago, but I would not be surprised if Daniel Bellinger, the rookie, 4th-round pick, comes in and takes his job. Because when you look at what Ricky Seals-Jones has done in his time in the NFL, it's just been 2017, 12 catches. 2018, 34 catches. 2019, 14 catches. 2020, he didn't get any burn. 2021, this past year, he had 30 grabs for 2 touchdowns. He had that touchdowns against the Giants on Thursday night where he went over the top of Adoree Jackson in the end zone. I like Ricky Seals-Jones for kind of the receiver skill set that he brings to the tight end room, but I would not be surprised at all. Week 8, Week 9, Daniel Bellinger is getting more snaps than a guy like Ricky Seals-Jones. But we'll end today's show and today's Giants mailbag with this question, Giants fans. Let me know in the comments section. Who do you think is going to have more receiving touchdowns in the 2022 NFL season? Is it going to be Ricky Seals-Jones? Type RS in the comments section. Or do you think it's going to be the rookie, Daniel Bellinger? You can go down in the comments section and type DB.